Hi everyone, good morning and good evening to everyone. Okay,
Good
our
morning.
trainer name is Monica. Okay, she will be taking care of today's demo. Gautam, please give in a host to Monica so that she will start the session.
Monica is given for host.
Yes, yes.
You can share your screen and see the
Yes. Yes. So hi everyone. Good morning, everyone. So everyone are able to hear me and see my screen, right? Yes.
Yes.
So I had like experience of 10 years was as a QA lead and BE. So quickly like to come implementation and new boom of sales, all these on the top of now. So basically like for every IT industry, testing is very important. So as a product, when it is need to be implemented, at the same time the testing has to be done on that same product to give a defect free product. So we have different types of testings like manual testing, automation testing. So why like people were considering manual testing nowadays? So as they have a bit of low knowledge on coding and coming from the different streams, streams of their education, and they want to introduce themselves into the IT. So they were much not aware of the coding structure. They were much not aware of the like all of computer technology and knowledge of them. So they were introducing themselves into the manual testing. So coming apart from this, so why now Salesforce testing has become a very booming. We have a technology with this. So entering into manual testing, we need to act on different applications and all. So coming to like Salesforce testing, your careers completely goes on a Salesforce wise. So like all your like the next, if for one project you have entered into the Salesforce testing, so the next you will be carrying the Salesforce knowledge with you, and you can enter into the different fields of Salesforce once you gone into a Salesforce testing. So when you are working on a Salesforce testing project, so next you can get some admin basic, and next you can get some dev basic, and then you can quickly jump into the different fields of the same technology when you're going go ahead in the your future. So this what like Salesforce testing is very booming nowadays actually. And like so main prospect of our training and agenda, like whatever we say, like how it goes on is like, so why software testing, what is Salesforce, what is basically a CRM, why Salesforce testing, what is Salesforce testing, Salesforce key terminologies, Salesforce testing process, project methodologies, Salesforce testing strategy, roles and responsibilities of a tester. And like at the last, like once you're done with the training and all, we'll be providing you interview tips. And if you are interested to go on the certifications level were mainly which gives a more important to your resume, which you can even carry to your career ahead. So even we provide those type of all type of natures in our institute. Okay, so coming to the like software testing. So why testing is needed actually to an application? When, for example, when we launch something, right, when a new product is implemented and launched to the market, obviously a perfect testing need to be done to a product, so that once it is launched to the market, no issues comes up on more of it, so that customers really affected through that. So to basically enlarge its productivity and the marketing level, a product need to be launched a defect-free product. So nowadays, like IT is more sector, so we have different ratios of testing. So each team need a tester. So basically, we think that see there is no scope of testing. But like in the real-time scenario, when the place of development happens in an IT team, obviously a tester needs to fit in that team because it's the most important part to be done when a product is deployed. So so that's the reason we have like different types of testing. First, when you get into the testing side, you need to think whether like if you are like none of the coding structure, so you do not have any background of coding structure, so you can enter into a manual testing. So once you are doing with a different type of projects, then you can go for an automation testing or whatever it is in the further. So you can ask me like, see, first only we can learn some automation and we can enter into the phase. So why only manual testing? Like why only Salesforce testing? So when you enter into the different streams on the higher level, you will be so much like you need to depend on someone to learn more of the work. So you need to take some different types of supports or different type of dependencies need to be there. So when you enter into the testing phase, so there will be like with direct requirement, there will be different tools where you gather the requirement and you test on the application. So your work burden or the learning skill will be the higher rate where when you come into the testing phase. So you just need some type of training. That's all, so that you can just fit into any type of job. And once you are into it, maybe we have different career levels also from the testing to a different of solution architect level. It is not only that if we do not have any knowledge of coding, we cannot move either stage of our life. It's not at all like that. So holding our Salesforce knowledge, that gives a admin level of basic to us. So in our training, how we go is like, so we start with the admin basic of Salesforce because like it is an application based. So once you are into the testing of an application, you need to know the basic of Salesforce first. So what is Salesforce? So like why Salesforce? So why you are preferring Salesforce? So why it has been booming nowadays? So what are the roles are like future opportunities you will be going into Salesforce? So when you're going to the Salesforce testing team, so how testing team are admin? So you're obviously when you're about to learn Salesforce testing, why not Salesforce admin? Why only Salesforce testing? So I'll be telling you the differences of why QA, why admin, like why developer. So it based on the stages you want to enter into it. So like we come in with Salesforce admin part first. So we cover all that. So when you get into the project, once you are into the project, you do not have, so by seeing the Salesforce application, you should not be numb. It's not a normal of like testing phase. So admin we cover. So once it is admin is done, then we go with the QA, all type of covering all the topics and a live project of example. Then we go on to the different methodologies, how a IT really work in the live real-time scenario, and like the delivering of the project to the end of the client. So taking up the project from end of the client, how the development process goes on, this all can be seen at the live. So when you go into step into the IT head, you don't feel new. So when coming into a new project, so all the projects when testing phase comes, it always depends on some tool that IT prefers, and how the user stories or requirements are gathered, and how it need to be implemented, and how it need to be tested by a QA, and how it need to be deployed. So the whole process which we cover in our training session. And next, coming to Salesforce, like it's a wider vast, like now how it is booming nowadays. So it's a CRM basically. So what like customer relationship management, so basically whatever business, whatever entrepreneurs, whatever business they start, they only think how they need to build a customer relationship within their business. So Salesforce has built on top of the CRM, where it gives like all complete solution that includes rich feature solution to the marketing, sales, service, partner management, community management. Like we have different clouds also including in Salesforce nowadays. their health cloud. So appropriate to the product of increasing nowadays. So we have different clouds implemented there. So what basically a cloud is? So for example, you can take a real example of Gmail nowadays. We were using ourselves the tools which were built on the cloud. So you can access it anywhere when you have a username and a password. So if you were able to, like, if you want to learn Salesforce and all, you do not need some place or like some server connected related IPN related systems and all, because you just need to sit in front of your system. You just need a username and password, and you can just enter into the systems. So this what a high level of Salesforce, what it gives a number of opportunities even. So CRM is basically a software for managing customer relations such as scheduling tasks, emailing, testing, and many more. So what is the scheduling task, emailing, testing, and many more? So coming to the example of a real life. So when for example, if you take an HDFC, so when you are starting with like a new, when you're a new customer, right? So when you search HDFC in your like internet site anywhere, obviously you will be getting all the calls, right? So tracking the information from them, and once you get calls, you will be either you were interested in some of the banking structure and some of the like any form of marketing structure, you call themselves. So you will be a base of their customer now. So from your starting of taking the product to your service base at the last of your satisfaction, the whole stage which storage need to be happen of your present customer, this all goes on the Salesforce. Like it's nothing but a database. So basically just think it like it's a database. So who buys the product and just stores all the company information and gives the best result to the customer. On top of it, just it. So in going to the deep of it, we can have more knowledge on Salesforce. Okay, and we also go on top, like what is CRM basically. So Salesforce is built on CRM platform, but what is CRM? So how it actually runs? So what is the system of it? So different type of technologies, applications are built on CRM system. So we go upon what is CRM. And as I said before, why Salesforce testing? We have different types of applications. We have different types of why only we need to go into the Salesforce testing. So nowadays, like most of the business is going on Salesforce, like all were acquiring Salesforce product. So we have number of opportunities in the industry when you want to get into it. So like if we ask like why not admin, like the effort what we keep on QA, we can keep that effort on QA, like admin itself. But learning is simple. Testing, you can quit, join in the industry in quit number of times. So it may just take like 30 days that you can grasp all the power, like power of Salesforce plus testing, and you can grab the opportunities outside. So the time efficiency is very less, and there is no dependency once you enter into the market. So you can do your work yourself, you can grab the knowledge yourself, and the ahead career even you can just opt yourself coming into the like stepping forward into the Salesforce testing. So what is Salesforce testing? So like we already add up admin to this, because like once entering into the structure and when you are testing the application, you should not be like, you should be very aware of what you are working on. So what Salesforce is actually. So we did like first we complete all the Salesforce related topics. So half of the like most of it, 90% of admin will be completed to it. So how you test the application, like what are the objects and what are the Salesforce features you are working upon. So you need to be aware of all these events. So the key terminologies which we use in Salesforce. So this takes, so once you are into the training and once you are like up of the training sessions, you will be coming to know what are the key terminologies we will be using in Salesforce. Just when you work upon, you will be working on different functionalities. So these are the key terminology which is like deep about your functionality, like what icons or what objects you are working on. These are the key terminology which we say in Salesforce. Next, like Salesforce admin part is completely different, and coming to the testing process is completely different. So learning testing process is like manual testing or automation testing, whatever it is apart. But we are combining Salesforce application with testing process. So like how it goes at the back end. So you will be having different type of testing process also. So maybe like we'll tell be different like integration testing you will be having, and the types of testing. So testing is not only one type. Once you log into the application, once developer will be giving you some functionality, you'll be working on it and you'll be delivering it. It is not in that way. You need different types of testing phase, how you need to act upon the application. So what is the initial phase you need to do? So the whole process will be taking the add on with the Salesforce, how you need to have some knowledge at the back end. And there is a full-fledged of Salesforce testing, what we give upon on the development, and the sandbox showing like how you we will be even giving a live example on the application and the real-time projects, and that follows up the testing. Any questions still here?
Monica, Harika here.
Yes.
I have one question. Like, are we? So, which domain we can show? Like, if they ask on which domain you are working.
So in the sense,
In
like,
Salesforce. Yeah, like we have banking and other domains, right?
no, see,
So,
yeah, that's what good point, Harika. So what I was telling actually now is, see, like basically when you work on testing, right, testing projects, so you will be having different, like it is a banking project, it is a finance project, it is a finance application, it is a banking application. But here coming into the Salesforce, banking and finance are related to some functionality, like an application based. So if it is, see, banking will have the sales process, service process, marketing process, everything, right, from the like A to Z. So these all will be built on the Salesforce. It's not only, if it is a banking project, you'll be going into the all level of service, sales, community. So we have different key terminologies here and different applications what will be used. Then you will be not saying it's a banking sector, it's a healthcare sector. You will just be saying you are working on top of the Salesforce.
okay, Monica. And in the previous slide, you have shown me Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. So in this course, are we means will you cover all this topic
Yes.
like Sales Cloud? Okay.
So before you are like asking like what, like banking sector or like a finance sector, what is appropriate? So what we say actually here is we worked on the service cloud, we worked on sales cloud. So you have much
Okay.
experience on service cloud. But the whole process, how it goes, so community marketing clouds are different apart. So sales and service, what we relate from the starting to end. That's what the real-time business goes on, right? So we include
Okay.
sales and service. So if it comes to the community marketing are different clouds, which is a different type of, like, there is different projects which we take. Okay, but sales service we cover it from the start to end start, because like once selling the product, then only a service happens in the system, right? So obviously
Yeah.
that all functionality goes on from the sales to service. The system of
Oh,
sales service completely will be showing with the live of
okay.
project.
Okay. Thank you, Monica.
So any more from till here, so that I can just go on from project now. Okay, so coming to like Salesforce technology or methodology or different clouds or prospect of this top on. Now we have like different QA. So once going into the QA, taking up the project, like once like testing the application and releasing, this only doesn't happens in the real time. They follow a few of the project methodologies, and we also, so to crack interviews, you also need to know the project methodology, what methodology you are working actually. So every client do not need a specific type of time or specific time of application to be delivered. So IT had different phases, like how the project need to be delivered, in what time it need to be delivered, and how productivity it need to be delivered. So methodologies are somehow how we travel with the client to deliver their projects. So even like we have different methodology structures, we have different methodology that can be followed in projects. So we need to cover these topics as well, so that once you are into it, you need to know like what scope the project is about, so that you can quickly grab it. Like how a Salesforce testing strategy is nowadays, like how it is implementing. So how the like you when you start with the testing, I said like we do a different types of testing. So application testing we do, like smoke testing we do, sanity so these are the types. You just work on the application, you just test the acceptance criteria, functionality, what is given by the business analyst or the client, the functionality. But you just will include new terminologies here, new types of testings here. The process of working is same, but when you test the application, at what minute you test the application, is it after deployment, and like once the deployment is done at the new stage, or at the like a different type of sandbox, it goes on that way, like what type of testing you are doing. The work is same, the effort is same, but the key terminologies, the types are different. That's also we'll be going with all types of testing, what will be covered with Salesforce. And finally, like roles and responsibilities of the Salesforce is like whoever it is, like whatever tester it is, the same roles and responsible. But how you track on the testing, like how you implement it. So the growth of the testing will basically be like a QA and QA lead, and like you can grab opportunities of BA, and then like solution architect and all. If you go on with zero of knowledge and you want to go in this phase of career, it's also in the different phase. If you are into the QA, once you do not need to depend on anyone, but once after QA you can learn admin more, like development more, saying the like getting more from your developers. Then you can quickly grab opportunities from developer to architect to functional resources and all. So we have different paths in Salesforce. When you enter into the Salesforce testing, you can choose either this or either that. But the capability of job structure is more in Salesforce. So we go on to the like a testing life cycle, how the testing life cycle from it acts upon, like how we act, like the initial stage to end of the stage, how you deliver the project. So in testing, we have whenever you test something, you need to track few. So you need to like whenever you test, it is no point that you do not face any defects. So as a tester, it is more important how many defects you create to the system. So how you track the defects. So where do you track the all the system activities you are doing? What are the tools of those? So that all will go in the phase of the testing again. Yeah, how I said, like interview tips and like Salesforce certifications, like interview tips till you crack an interview, we'll be supporting with the different questions and like mock interviews also, like how you can have very good upon the interview structure. Yes. So any questions here?
Yeah, Monica, I have one question. So, which certifications will suitable for Salesforce QA?
Yes, so admin. Basically, admin is all prospect like on top priority. So if you just do admin certification, it will be like you were a Salesforce. You are from the Salesforce side. It just give you an add-on to your resume. So that is enough first initially when you want to enter into the field. So till 6 or 7 years of testing cycle, admin is more important to it.
Okay. And do we have any separate certification for this Sales Cloud and Service Cloud?
Yes, we do have. We have different. See, once you enter into the Salesforce, right? Not an admin is something which is like our configuration side. We say like half of the coding knowledge. It's not like coding knowledge. We say like automation flows with it. So admin, with admin, you can grab all the opportunities of QA, BA, these level of opportunities. Once you are into this, like we also have Sales Cloud certification, Service Cloud, we have app builder, we have platform builder, because Salesforce have different team structures, right? We have development process, we have a DevOps team, we have architect. So each team, each member will be candidate will be having different certification levels. So it is how you reach on the next position. So then you can grab one more certification. You can do one more certification. So you have number of certifications in Salesforce. So once you are like a set of certifications we have, then you will be a master in it. So you will be architect if a set of certification of admin 2, and app builder, and PD1 and PD2. Set of these will be an architect. So coming to the roles, you just prefer your certifications, what are important to you at that base of time.
Okay. So Monica, like I'm from CRM background only. Like I have worked in Microsoft CRM. So there I have done some certification related to the releases. So there we have, if there is a release there, we have to adapt ourselves to new releases, and we used to do certification for the release level. So is there any kind of certification in Salesforce also, or it's different?
No. It's not like release level certifications and all. Like you mean like you need to like once like every year you need to, when the release comes
Yeah.
you need to maintain it. Yeah. In Salesforce also it's same. Once you done your certification, like we will be having 3 releases in a year. So you'll be maintaining your certification 3 times.
Okay.
But that is like linked to the trailhead. It is not much difficult task. It's not like paying the amount again. You just need to maintain your certification. Just log into the trailhead and just doing the new feature what was added to that release. You'll be having few questions. You need just do a real time. They will be giving you one task. You will be doing the task on the trailhead. It is on like that. It's not that you need to like all the release you need to give some amount and you need to do a certification. It's not in that way. You just need to maintain it whatever certification you have done.
Okay.
So unless like when
So
you are not able to maintain it, then it will be expired. You need to write it again.
oh, is it?
Yeah, you need to
Okay.
maintain the certification,
So
but that is
will
must.
they
You will be
charge? Okay. Will they charge any maintenance cost for this
no. Zero. It is
certification?
directly. It will be no. So you will be logging to the web assessor and all when you're taking the exam, right? So admin exam. So when it comes to maintenance, you will be getting mails. So once you can log in, and you will be having some like months of time to it. So you can do it anytime, but you need to complete before the end of the date, the expired. So
Okay.
it is fine. It's just an exam and task. It's like trailhead is something like a baby spoon feeding. Okay, like everything will be given. You just need to act upon like on top of it. You just need to see everything and you need to do a task. It's completely a baby spooning.
Okay.
No issues on that. Maintenance is very simple,
Okay.
easy.
And
You have like we'll be getting in Google also. If you search, you'll be getting all the answers. It is quite simple. The new release and new maintenance. That's all. It's not difficult, but the stage
okay.
of taking up the certification is difficult at the first stage. If you prepare well prepared to that, you can crack
Okay.
it also.
Okay. So in this course, are we covering admin, right? So with this knowledge, can we crack admin certification?
Yes, right.
Or
Obviously
do
you
we
can.
need?
You can
Okay.
either no, it's
Okay.
not an admin like admin certification only. It's not like if you learn something now you can crack that certification. That apart, but we'll be having different sections. We'll be helping you to crack the admin certification if you are really interested. So that type of is there in svtech also. Okay, they will help you out with different answering
Okay.
with different like documents and all to you to prepare. So there is no worries
Okay.
on that part if you want to do one certification. So no need to worry.
Okay.
So once you are in till in svtech, okay, that they
Okay.
will help you out. But when you come up to learning admin, right, so job opportunities what you can take from this session is like the training and all. You can either go into the admin part or for the QA testing. So we will train you in that way. So two possibilities are applicable.
No. I'm looking for QA only. As
Okay,
I'm
okay.
from QA background, so
Okay,
I
okay.
feel this is good, so that I can cover both.
Yes, then
Um,
type of application will be added to your career. So you'll be
yes.
going
Yes.
on the Salesforce structure now.
Okay.
Monica,
Yes.
is certification must to crack a job?
See, like for example, things like 100 resumes were in database. Okay, so in that, obviously, like on top priority, first you need to like take out few.
Okay.
So if a
Okay.
certification is added to your resume, it is like who you to be pick up, right? Instead of the certification who do not have.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the certification is for whole time. It's not that you need to do at this minute of time. So once you are into a jobs, right, even they will give you a coupons. But to get a job quickly, so higher level, higher ratio. That's all. It depends. See, nowadays, like initially when you're going with less years of experience, right? They were not even considering certification. It's not mandatory. But once you're into this technology, you are building your future on this. So admin is something, it will be on top of your resume and it will be all your career ahead. So that's what it's like. You need to do. It's not that way. You will be getting the coupons and all from your company also. These also have now. The system is with every company, but initially
Okay.
it's just a pickup of ratio with a certification person candidate.
So Salesforce testing means we will test on the applications which created by developer. Is that?
Salesforce is a created product. We say like product
Yeah.
or application. So it is built already. Okay.
Okay.
So for example, on top of it, like if it is a banking, you just think like we'll take a real-time example, HDFC. Okay. To
Yeah.
manage their all customer relationship, they go to the Salesforce and buy their product and put it and use this product to grab the customer requirement opportunities. This is what Salesforce. See, it is already pre-built product where just you buy it and you use it for your business. That's all.
So
So now
what
when it
tester
add
will
on,
do?
so now
No,
it's when add on to the different enhancements to is like new requirement
yeah,
to
yeah,
this
correct,
product.
correct.
Now they gave it to the different IT service based companies to develop this. So see, they have buy it for like bank. You tell like Apollo. First they started with a minimum of bank like medical system. Now they are improving in different stages. So they buy the product Salesforce anyway. So they were using it. So when they want to build new application, they want to build a new application to the same like system they
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
So
existing.
they no need to go and buy Salesforce product again, and it is very high cost. But they can take development phase from them for the new implementation. But Salesforce is higher in cost, right? So now they go on to the IT service based companies to build their application, new requirement to the same product. That is Salesforce.
Okay. So the tester will come into the picture after the new add-ons are added. So those we will test.
So it is a type, like I said you, right? So they follow up the methodologies, right? So once a product has come and when the client comes with the requirement to the service-based company, they start with a team. So that product need to be delivered in certain time, right? So in that certain time, a developer will be developing, a tester will be testing, and whatever like, these both phases go in that certain of time. It's not that once he develop and as soon as he develop, he move the stages of ready to test. The tester need to pick up, he need to test, and there will be different bugs at this starting stage, right?
Yeah. So manual testing would suffice, or else we need to have automation also, because I am not from an coding background.
Yeah, in top of it, like in Salesforce, there is automation testing. Keep it aside that is different. Like what you do in manual, they'll be doing in automation way, like all the scripts that need to be automated. But coming to the manual, why manual and Salesforce? So you are doing a testing on application already. So you have that grasp of knowledge of Salesforce, right? So Salesforce, like all the admin you will be having at your hand, so it is like quickly you'll be seeing the admin and you will be testing the application. It's not only manual testing. Here in Salesforce testing, we do not speak a word of manual testing. We'll just be telling, doing functionality testing in Salesforce, doing like these level of like smoke or sanity. So it adds on to the application actually.
Okay. So can we turn to from tester to admin in future?
100%. See, if you are once into like you will be learning some admin and like QA now, right? So once you are into the real-time project, you will be holding all the hands-on experience, right? And you will be looking into the admin prospect also. Testing is not that you will be giving some requirement and just you're testing. That scope of functionality also you will be knowing from the backend. So obviously you will be attached with the admin concepts, right? So the next project, what you want to take, you can ask your manager and you can quickly go into the admin part. Now you got hands-on on it, right? But when you quickly jump into the development, then it is completely of high pressure of risk, like a high pressure of like dependency. You need to take supports and all from friends or anyone, right? So when going into this prospect, you no need to depend on anyone. It's like you just quickly grab the functionality and you will be giving all type of tools. You just need to test it. You just need to learn how to execute it, how to write a test case. These all from the training. That's all. So nothing more pressurized you cannot make once you are into the job. So you can go to the admin or directly you are learning admin with development futures also. Then directly you can take the next project of development itself. So how you grab the opportunities, it depends. But 100% sure from QA to next project, you can go to development or you can go to BA or you can go to admin prospect, any prospects you can go.
We will have job openings for QA, Salesforce testing. What is the scope? Acha, there are number of you're saying.
There are number of. So once you put on resume in your Naukri, right? Naukri are different sites, even LinkedIn. So I can give you 100% of your, like in 1 week, you'll be getting number of calls from the day one. You have number of opportunities. The ratio is very high. Even see how development is calls for there. You cannot search a job for QA in the sites maybe, but once you put on your resume, right, it is sure that you'll be getting number of calls for QAs also, Salesforce QA.
Okay.
There are very like more opportunities. You can just in 2 weeks you can get number of calls. It starts from there. And you are ready to join quickly, you have like more opportunities actually. If there is a long time gap, like 3 months, 4 months, then they consider the people who join soon. Just this on, but there are number of opportunities.
One more question, Monica, I have. So I have knowledge in Selenium, even I have hands-on experience. So, so can I add like a Salesforce QA automation in my resume?
Yes, 100%.
So, or do I need to learn something?
No. You need to learn Salesforce. So, like what we go on now, the training is further, right? Just with that knowledge, you can just add your Selenium and you can go for the opportunities. That's all. Nothing new is required here now. So now we are grabbing
Salesforce supports Selenium code.
Yeah, we have different projects. Salesforce
does Salesforce support us?
Sorry, I missed your question. There is some network issue. Can you repeat it?
Yeah. Does this Salesforce platform support Selenium? Or do we need any other configuration for this?
No. It supports Selenium. See, it's not configuration. So it is just adding up the testing configuration. A testing tool cannot be added to the application. Okay, it is different prospect. What you're working on the application level is different. So if your project want to use Selenium tool to deploy that project, then it will be using Selenium. So you will be learning the Salesforce basic first. Salesforce you are knowing. So whatever tool ahead later. So manual testing also have different tools. That tool is different. So you'll be just doing everything of this functionality on that tool.
So it's like a web browser application, you mean, say, so it will support any kind of tool. Is it?
No, what you mean? See, Salesforce is somewhat an application, okay? Like what product business wants. See, it's simple how I said, like, like HDFC online banking, what we open, right? So that's an application. So if you want to test that application, so when it is building on your high level, if you're testing that application, so don't you just use a tool to test your application, to deliver your project. With that tool, you'll not be testing the like functionality, right? It doesn't base it. The tool is
Okay.
different. It is that tool is different, your application is different, and the testing process differs.
Okay.
So it suppose Cucumber, it suppose like Selenium. It depends on the testing projects and automation, how they take up.
Okay.
Yes. But you will be holding all the Salesforce knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. Functional knowledge
Yeah.
is important before studying it.
So whatever tool ahead, so that is different. It's a manual testing, automation testing, whatever it is, that's later. But first you will be holding a Salesforce knowledge in your hand, and you are now putting up either manual testing or adding up automation testing to this base of knowledge, technology, and you are grabbing the opportunities.
Okay.
So obviously with Selenium, a more higher rate, right? To search Salesforce with Selenium automation tool, that is also higher rate of grabbing the opportunities.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Monica, actually, I directly joined this meeting with. So how can I reach you people? I mean, how to get this training details? What,
So
when?
yeah, so svtech, so they didn't have provided any link or like.
No, actually, how I joined was I was like browsing yesterday, so I saw
Okay.
the link
So
meeting
svtech
ID.
people
I
will
directly.
reach you out. svtech people will reach you out again. So you can quickly grab the number from on-site also. Like, so you can just go and svtech or soft. You can grab their number from there also. You can
Okay.
just mail them or call them. So even their number is available. Or
So
you
how
can
many
just.
days is this course?
So it's like 30 days.
Okay.
Okay, but time what we differ and all. So it is like admin first we complete, and like a QA will complete with the methodologies and all. So lively for 1 week or like 4 days, it is on live project. How we go. So like once you are into the project, you don't need to be suffer of that. So you just feel you had hands-on. So we'll giving all the type of that hands-on experience for the last week.
Okay. So how many years of testing would be preferable? I mean, I want to put on experience. So minimum 3 years we will get calls, or else we have to increase
6
more.
years also they are doing Salesforce testing. We have number of openings for 6 years testing also, 8 years testing also. So the
No,
cycle goes on.
okay. Do we
QA,
have experience
they
like?
only expect something from the experience, and your preparation should maybe the higher. Okay, like 4 years also the same concepts. It's 8 years also the same concept of testing and application level of concept. But the way you give your interview, the way you preparation will be different. That number, like questioning will be different. But the way of everything is same for any, like how many years of experience it is.
No, for 3 years will we get a job calls,
Yeah,
interview
I'm
calls?
telling like 8 years also you will get calls. So
So 8 years.
obviously for 3 years, 8 years till 8 years also for QA, normal QA will get. From 8 years, it will be QA lead and all, right? So for QA lead also the process is same, but the terminologies are different.
Okay.
That's all.
I was thinking 3 years is very less for getting a job.
No. Even 6 years, the same type of knowledge, the same type, this what going on the real-time interview phase. So I'll be taking few interviews from back in our sector. So we do, right? So the same process. So 6 years or 8 years holds the same knowledge of like 3 years also. So the phase is same.
You are into total testing or else admin also, Monica?
No, I'm like BA level.
Achha,
BA. So I grab my opportunities from QA to QA lead and BA.
Okay.
So I was in this phase.
Okay. Okay, Monica. We'll
Yes,
catch
sure,
it.
sure. So any more questions from anyone? So coming to the job level, right? So with Salesforce testing, it is not manual testing. So what I say, right, it is not like normal manual testing. Salesforce testing is somewhat on top of it. So you're grabbing one technology with you, which is booming now. So you are adding the testing knowledge to that technology. So the opportunities were very high here. Once you start on searching your jobs, you will be just calculating your number of calls.
Okay.
So any more questions? So in this session, we cannot go deep into the Salesforce structure and all, but like to just be sure, first you need to be sure that whether you need to go into this step or not, right? So that is the main motive of the a training session basically. So giving you all the Salesforce knowledge that this is that is not on it. But first you need to make your mind and make your preparation, like what are the ways to grab these opportunities first. So what is the career level? So once after Salesforce testing, there's a lot of career next level, what upon I can go. So this what you need to be first be prepared of. So when you're entering into the new technology. So for that, it's not only QA, you will be not stopping with QA. So if you want to grab of admin and development, there are number of people who joined as a QA and they go into the development phase. It's not difficult because you're testing and functionality which base the structure of backend of coding and all. So if you are interested and if you're capable of it, even you learn that even at the same time when you're testing the application. So that's the reason in coming of your hands-on of real-time projects, you'll be learning both sectors, Salesforce, the what you're working. So the higher of career growth here we have in Salesforce. It's not that once of this project, later if it is other project, you'll be going on to the different application. No, it's the same Salesforce technology what you're going. So any more questions? It's Chandini, Harika, Nirudh. Yes. Okay then guys, I think no more questions from your side, right? So
Yes, yes. No more questions.
thank you. So Gautam, you took. Yes. Okay, then thank you everyone. Okay. Please reach out us like whatever questions or whatever you feel like. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
everyone.
sure, Monica. Thank you. Thank you for the session.
Thanks.
Thank
It's
you.
a great learning.